fair, and I gotta give A1 Kilo a B. Now, the next person we gotta look at is somebody that got some smut on his name. And he broke the internet, but how he did it. You know, 6 weeks off the Park Bridge.
Damn, you ain't Reds? Reds, bro? You on game, man. You on your phone. You say, like you wins? What's that Paul in your face? Oh, yeah. You got Paul. Cut out from Super. You got Paul. Look at that, homies. Nigga, fuck Super. They on the hood. Damn, homies.
Now, this is a situation that I kind of got to go a little bit deep into because of somebody else who's from the B team who had maybe a similar interaction that we heard about. But just to confront the main topic, we all know what happened with Hito in the 9-0s. He with a female from Brims. We spoke about this extensively in our Brims video. He with the female. Those who 9-0 who kick it in that alley right behind that shot have recognized the female and her car. They already knew these dudes from Brims. They know who Hito is. He be rapping, you know. They already knew. They just had to test the water. Ain't nothing like somebody admitting that they who you think they is. So they ran up on him, pressed him, and dissed his hood. He looked at him straight in the eyes, said, "No, sir, he's not from there." Was with none of that. She said she's looking people dead in their eyes with the utmost sincerity and said no, they didn't want him. It then comes out that Hito leads the female in the 9-0s. Mind you, her tire popped or some shit. Something happened with the car, so they had to stop. He gets home. The 9-0s circle back, and the female is left to catch a fade. Dolo. Now, this was of the utmost flagrancy, you know, but there was a situation that we heard Bad North talk about. We know Bad North from A-Train Gangsters. When he spoke about the time that he got caught up in the 40s with Frosty, he said that he was at Millennium. Everybody know what's up with Millennium, the number one barbershop in the kids. Everybody, we all used to get our haircut at Millennium. He said that he got caught up in the 40s, and the 40s was plotting on him. Now, he said he could see the 40s plotting on him across the street. And if y'all remember, I think he said the 7-Eleven, a Blockbuster used to be over there. That McDonald's is on the same side of the street as Millennium. So I think they was over there by that 7-Eleven where that Blockbuster used to be, and he seen the 40s plotting on him. He said that Frosty had to get on. He said that he had to stay because his mom was over there, and he wasn't going to leave his mom. Frosty left him and his mom. Now, Bad North said this situation when he was sitting down with Munchie B. I seen Munchie B kind of perk his ear to it. I'm not gonna lie, Munchie said, huh? But I think he didn't want to address it at that time. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a situation I got swept under the rug, but that was flagrant. There's never a point. You with the homie, even if he's from another hood. Both of y'all is beefing with the police. Both of y'all is in a bad spot. And this mom right there, I'm not leaving the homie. You don't leave the homie regardless. He said, some dudes that they know from Swans had pulled up. Frosty hopped in the whip with them, and he got on. Even if the homie say it's okay, cool, get up out of there. That's the last time we're going anywhere with you. Even if I said go ahead and get up out of here, then you left. And Frosty got an animal last support card. I'm just real. He got an A. But the situation with Bad North, I'm not gonna revisit his grade, but that's just something that can't be done. You can't lead a homie. He done left the home girl. Now, I feel like Hito's situation quite possibly could have been maybe a little bit worse. I don't know. Both of y'all was caught out of bounds. You outnumbered. Hito really solo. He got a female. She gonna get maxed out quickly. It's just gonna be you left. With Frosty, he was with Bad North. At least you got a 2-man to get back there. You got somebody that's gonna rock with you on the fade. But either way, leaving your peoples. How do you sit with yourself if they end up getting that shit peeled off after you left them? It's a bad game, man. But with that, I know he don't did the bad work before then. His record seemed to be clean, but I think it was flagrant enough to no serve everything. I'm have to give Hito a D. You don't have no snitch paperwork, none of that. Don't have many other allegations of doing some dumb shit. This situation single-handedly has brought him down to a D. He has no more room for error. He is literally on his last straw with this shit. Now, last but not least, man, we gotta hit y'all with somebody that's been in the industry for a long time, has really blown up under the radar with this viral shit, but clearly he's still outside squeezing people. Ray J, Eastside Centerview Power.
I mean, I grew up in Centerview, and since I was like 13, like maybe even 12, I was extremely banged out.
Now, for everybody that doesn't know where Centerview is, it's technically in Carson, right up under Compton, bordering the Compton Hoods, Swamp Hood, T-Zone, Lantana Block, but they pushing Carson. Now, Centerview, not active. Well, I'm gonna keep it 100 on Village Drive, Centerview Drive, Great Hall, nice area, beautiful homes over here. Walnut Street, there's nothing going on from Walnut to 169th and south of Walnut. I'm gonna keep it real. There's nothing going on over there. But this is where Ray J from. And one thing we see from Ray J, man, he's playing games. He always on the scheme. He like the West Coast Master P, man. And honestly, I don't know if that's a slight to Ray J or Master P. I'm gonna keep it real. But he always seemed to be scheming and plotting on some shit. And now he's using whack as his muscle, as we seen in that lawsuit. He was on some shicey shit, trying to yank somebody out their proceeds for that squeeze and employ black services to squeeze whoever he wanted to be squeezed. But one thing we know, man, Ray J been acting and rapping since we was kids, man. The full-fledged gangbang activity has not been there, but honestly, that could be, again, Ray J just operating in the shadows of the city with the pirate shit, pressing lines without the cameras there. And he could be the boogeyman in this shit, you know what I'm saying? You never know. That's what he's seeming like right now. But he's still a funny character. And if he is regular P on the low, I would say he's doing it better than a few of these people on the list, man. Who was on front, He's somebody that was overlooked over the last report card and kind of forgot, that he's still in the mix. We see him still outside, still participating in all of the entertainment aspects of LA. And we see him with every character on the gangbang scene. Even though he got an endless amount of gimmicks and tricks up his sleeve, I might have to give Ray J a few, activity. Hey, this lawsuit alleged that he's breathing on people. He ain't never had no spud on his name, never had no snitch allegations, never did no true bump in the city. And he been impactful, man. Like I said, this dude been putting it down since we was kids with the acting, man. So Ray J gotta stick to a beat. But this was going on with the current state of gangbanging and the blood and power representation in the city. When you bring yourself to the media and present yourself as a blood, Crip, Maru, Sudanio, Southside, or whatever, you gotta know how to perform in front of the crowd. Doing a bunch of bullshit is a bad representation for the program that you putting out there to the people. Now, we may come with a part 2 of this. If y'all want a part 2, let us know in the comments who y'all want to see on here. We're going to keep coming with that fire. It's the best little channel on YouTube, Rap Little Street Politics. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We out. Rap Little Street Politics. It's the best hood channel on YouTube. And now we the best hood page on Instagram. And we back with another report card for the streets. This time, we got all the G homies from different sets across LA. We got Bloods, Crips, Pop Rules, and all the OG homies that's representing for the city of LA. Now, we didn't comprise this list on a few type of G homies. We got veteran members that's still active in the streets, still pushing the line, still willing to go slide with the younger homies, they said. We got G homies that's been walking the right path for a long time, starting interventions in their hood, kind of spreading a different message for the youth in their section. And we got G homies that's messing up. We got G homies that are bad representatives for the young dudes that are choosing to get involved with the streets and the sets that these dudes are from. Now, just like other lists, man, we going on reputation, impact, and activity. And they said, most of these guys have done a bid. Some of them are going to go do bids. We're going to touch on all of that and how they bubbled up to be the older homies in the set in the city of LA, man.
I just saw Rap News and Street Politics doing their quick report card. And so I know what grade you guys got, even though y'all don't know.
And my kids, y'all better have a seat.
But before we get to the first dude on the list, we gotta shout out our sponsor, man. Shout out to the Billy Bay meme coin. Every meme needs a ride, man. Now Billy Bay just dropped on Pump Fund, and it's already bubbling up. Man, instead of dropping that money in the casino, blowing all that chili on Prize Picks, get up with the Billy Bay meme coin, man. Billy Bay was dope enough to donate some coins to your boy so we can spread the word to y'all so y'all can get on the shit before it take off. Again, it's on Pump Fund. Get you a Phantom wallet. We're going to put all the links in the description to their website, Telegram, Instagram, and they on X. Billy Bay meme coin, man. Every meme needs a ride. Y'all get up with it. Now let's jump right into it, man. First on the list, we got Cartoon 5-3. 5 Trey Avalon, Gangster Crip.
I'm here with OG Cartoon, aka Toon, from the East Side, 5 Trey AGC, Avalon, South Park. Where were you born?
I was born in Los Angeles.
Now 5 Trey, man, we've been through these dudes so many times. Probably the most active side of the Avalons. Every day. These dudes is gonna be on 51st every day. They gonna be at South Park. This section is very active, and the Avalons are known to put in major work. But Cartoon, he is known to the streets, to the YouTube community, and to this new entertainment world as a G homie from 5 Trey Avalon. And indeed, man, this is true. Cartoon is a very recognized and reputable member from his set. Even though he lives out of town, I think he's staying like Alabama. Cartoon is easily become the face of the Avalon.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? I wasn't sure if anybody was going to join me for today, but I'm glad you did. Do me a favor and drop your name in the chat so that way I can kind of sort of know who's here, who's with me.
The 80s, 90s, or early 2000s game bang. Cartoon was there in the 80s and the 90s. He's done a lot of time behind the walls in California.
Victor, nice to meet you, Victor. Excellent, man. Well, thank you so much for stopping on by. I wanted to just kind of use this as kind of an open space, a bit of an office hours, if you will. And it kind of gives me a chance to answer any questions that you all may have trying to write this next essay, the rhetorical analysis. And then it also gives me space to just really kind of go over some of the materials that you all are going to be studying, or have actually looked over the materials that you all have under, I think it's Canvas modules Canvas module 3.0, really 3.1. Which is where a lot of the lecture material is going to come from for this week. So just want to kind of take some time to dive into that and to really just kind of explore the big picture, and then leave some space for some of the more granular detailed questions that might actually come up in the midst of me actually kind of just sharing, chopping it up, and then kicking it on the actual topic itself. So feel free to always, drop a question in the chat. Hold on one quick second.
We want to see from an OG. We want to see a nigga that stays solid. Do what y'all call the hate of gang banging.